What could possibly make Kim Jong-min, the usually cheerful star, break down in tears on his wedding day? The answer lies in a huge wedding gift that not only left him overwhelmed with emotion but also led to the revelation of a surprising secret that stunned everyone. Join Red Carpet Revealed as we uncover the heartwarming yet shocking story behind this unforgettable moment right now. The soft glow of golden lights filled the luxurious wedding hall in Seoul, casting a warm hue over the elegantly dressed guests who had gathered to witness one of the most anticipated celebrity weddings of the year. Kim Jong-min, entertainer and longtime television personality, stood at the center of it all. His smile bright yet tinged with nerves that only close friends could detect. Cameras flashed endlessly, capturing every second of the star-studded event. But no one, not even the groom himself, could have predicted that this day would become far more emotional than any rehearsal, any expectation, and any fairy tale script could have prepared them for. What kind of wedding gift could possibly make a man like Kim Jong-min cry tears of joy? Guests whispered to one another as a mysterious, oversized package was quietly wheeled into the reception hall. Heads turned, eyes widened, and murmurs filled the air. The gift stood taller than a person, wrapped in shimmering silver paper, adorned with cascading white ribbons that glimmered under the chandelier lights. It looked extravagant, almost theatrical, as if it had come straight from the set of a grand drama. Atmosphere shifted. Something about the sheer size of it, the deliberate way it was brought in, signaled that this was no ordinary present. Kim Jong-min froze for a brief moment when he noticed the gift, tried to compose himself, chuckling nervously as guests teased him to open it. But there was something in his eyes, an unspoken recognition, a glimmer of anticipation, that told a different story. The crowd leaned in, sensing that they were about to witness something extraordinary. Before we reveal what happened next, it's worth understanding the emotional weight of this moment. A weight that had been building long before this spectacular wedding day. Kim Jong-min had always been known for his humor, his ability to bring joy to countless households across Korea with his infectious laugh and playful personality. But behind the scenes, he had endured years of personal struggle, loneliness, and public scrutiny over his bachelor lifestyle. Fans adored him, but many wondered if he would ever settle down. If he would ever find the right partner who could see past the entertainer and love the man beneath the spotlight. His eventual love story was quiet at first, almost secretive, blossoming away from the tabloids until it grew too strong to hide. When the couple finally announced their engagement, ripples across the entertainment industry. Kim Jong-min, the eternal bachelor, was finally ready to say I do. The days leading up to the wedding were filled with excitement and speculation. The media buzzed about which celebrities would attend, what the bride would wear, and whether the wedding would rival those of Korea's most glamorous stars. Yet amid the glitz and grandeur, something deeply personal about the way Kim Jong-min approached his big day. He had told close friends that this wedding wasn't just a celebration of love, but also a tribute to the people who had shaped him, supported him, and stayed by his side through the highs and lows of his career. Little did he know, one of those people had prepared a gift that would shake him to his core. As the reception reached its peak, a hush fell over the hall when the MC called attention to the massive gift at the side of the stage. This, the MC said with a knowing smile, something prepared with immense love. Jong-min, is for you. The guests erupted in applause as Kim Jong-min slowly approached a mysterious present. Every camera in the room was trained on him. Fans watching through live broadcasts across the country held their breath. The groom's hands trembled slightly as he reached for the ribbons. With each pull, the wrapping fell away, revealing a beautiful wooden chest carved with intricate patterns. Gasps echoed through the room. It wasn't just a box. It was a masterpiece, the kind of heirloom that carried generations of history. Jong-min hesitated before lifting the lid. Inside was not jewelry, not cash, not luxury items as some had expected. Instead, there was a collection of handwritten letters, photographs, final envelope resting on top with his name written in familiar handwriting. For a split second, his breath hitched. He recognized that handwriting instantly. It belonged to someone he had lost years ago, a person whose absence had left a quiet ache in his life that he rarely spoke about publicly. The moment his eyes fell on that envelope, composure shattered. Tears welled up and streamed down his face as he covered his mouth with his hand, overwhelmed by a flood of memories. Guests looked on, stunned. Many wiped their own tears as they watched the usually cheerful entertainer break down in raw, unfiltered emotion. The envelope contained a letter from a late friend who had been like family to Kim Jong-min. Unknown to most, this friend had left behind heartfelt words years earlier, hoping they would reach him on the day he finally found happiness in marriage. It was a letter of love, pride, and hope for his future, a reminder that even those who had departed were still with him in spirit. The chest also contained keepsakes from their shared past. Small mementos that symbolized laughter, hard times, and unspoken promises. The room was silent except for the occasional sniffle and the soft sound of Kim Jong-min reading the words aloud, his voice breaking with emotion. His bride, holding his hand tightly, whispered words of comfort as tears streamed down her own cheeks. The groom then turned to the audience, his eyes red but shining with gratitude. I never thought I would see this today, he said, his voice trembling. This is more than a gift. It's a reminder that love never truly leaves us. The emotional weight of the moment was overwhelming. Guests rushed to embrace him, some crying with him, others simply holding his shoulders in silent support. Even veteran entertainers in the crowd, those who had known Kim Jong-min for decades, couldn't hold back their tears. It was no longer just a wedding reception. It had become a moment of healing, of connection. Something far deeper than celebration. As the emotion settled slightly, Kim Jong-min revealed that the friend who had written the letter had always believed he would eventually find love, even when he himself had given up hope. He used to tell me, Jong-min said, his voice thick with tears, one day, someone will see the real you and love you completely. And today, I know he was right. The reception hall erupted in applause. Mix of joy and sorrow, as if everyone collectively acknowledged the power of that moment. If 'twasn't just an item, it was a bridge between the past and the present, a testament to enduring bonds that not even time could erase. The rest of the evening carried a different energy, one of unity and gratitude. Laughter eventually returned, but it was deeper, more meaningful, as if everyone in the room had been reminded of the preciousness of love and life. News outlets would later describe the wedding as one of the most moving events in Korean entertainment history. Social media exploded with clips of Kim Jong-min's emotional reaction, fans flooding the internet with messages of support and admiration. He wrote about how the moment reminded them of their own loved ones, how the power of memories could transcend even death. By the end of the night, Kim Jong-min addressed the guests once more, holding the letter close to his heart. Not today would just be about our love story, he said softly. But it's so much more. Today, received not just a gift, but a miracle. A reminder that the people we love never truly leave us. Their love continues to guide us, even when we least expect it. As the final song of the night played, the couple danced slowly, surrounded by friends and family who looked on with teary smiles. In that moment, Kim Jong-min wasn't just a groom, a celebrity, or a beloved entertainer. He was a man deeply moved by the enduring power of love, grateful for a gift that money could never buy. And as the lights dimmed and the night came to an end, one thing was certain, this was a wedding that no one would ever forget. Even after the last guest had departed and the cameras had stopped flashing, the memory of that extraordinary moment lingered in the air like a gentle echo. Kim Jong-min and his bride sat quietly in their new home later that night, the wooden chest now placed carefully in a corner of their living room. They opened the letters one by one. Words from friends and family who had poured their hearts into those messages. Each letter felt like a blessing. Silent cheer for their future together. But it was that final letter, written by his late friend, that Kim Jong-min held closest to his chest. Through tears and laughter, they reflected on the journey that had brought them to this day, the hardships, the victories, people who had shaped their lives. This gift, Kim Jong-min whispered softly, isn't just from him. It's from everyone who believed in us, who stayed with us even when they weren't here anymore. His bride leaned on his shoulder, her eyes glistening. Together they made a quiet promise to honor that love, to build a life worthy of the blessings they had received. It was the perfect ending to a day that would forever be remembered not for its glamour, but for its heart.